Hey gang, welcome back to Joe Daddy's Workshop. You've probably seen this camper before. I've done several videos on it. I installed some jack stands underneath to help stabilize it. I improved the deck that's on the side of the camper. I also worked on the air conditioner and I replaced the refrigerator. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and check that out. I put in a conventional style refrigerator into this old Wyoming camper. What I want to work on today is improving the carport protective canopy or cover that's over this thing. Now this was all put up before we bought the camper, so this all came as a package deal. But what we found is we get a lot of sunlight coming in below this line here, and on the other side in the evening when the sun sets to your visual left, all kinds of sun comes through this gap right here and just pounds on this side of the camper, which makes it pretty warm. Now this is just a metal structure, you know, it's not meant to be nothing more than protect you from rain and stuff like that, and it does a good job. But again, up here this gap just lets in too much sun. So this is our view right here, and what I want to do is add some more panels to block this off. And we're not worried about having a narrow view of the skyline. It's not going to help us, but we're going to put in some more panels. Let me show you what I'm working with. So what we found is this metal covering was actually supplied by a local metal supplier, and I went to them and I found a matching color, and I had them cut me 6 panels. Now these are 22 feet long. Why are they 22 feet long? Well, this span is about 40 feet. And there's no way that me and whoever helps me is going to be able to put up 40-foot panels. So by cutting it into 22-foot lengths, we can put up one section at a time and end up with an overlap in the middle, which is fine. So we're going to try to figure out a way to do this. I've got a big bag of screws here to go with it, and obviously power tools and whatnot, and we'll go over more of that in just a minute, but hopefully I can get these panels up. So as you can see, at least from the time lapse, we're doing a kind of a teeter-totter. We're working our way up slowly, and it's working. I'm just putting on vice grips on the end, lifting it up, and just walking it up underneath. We're going to try to walk it up underneath that piece. Now I did loosen some of the screws around that top edge where the old piece is. Hopefully that gives us a little bit of play in the overlap so that we can kind of slip it up behind. But it's working. You can probably see now that end, what I did is I got it popped up underneath the edge and I preloaded it so it has a bit of a bow on that end, and that's going to help spring it up and go underneath this edge. Hopefully. Stay right there. Stay right there. Okay. Well, you probably saw what happened. Not that it was planned, but it kind of pushed out. So what I've done now is I reset the clamps and started that edge up underneath over there on the far end, and actually have a clamp on the outside holding everything together. I should have done that in the first place. Okay, maybe don't try this at home. But it's up. Now I have to shift it and start running some screws. Well, we didn't get quite as much done as we had planned on. You know, we're at the lake. We're going to enjoy our time at the lake, and that's what we did. However, we did manage to get up 4 of the panels, as you could see, and I did have some problems, you know, just 2 of us trying to do it and getting this in place, but with a little help, it really was easier with 3 people, and what a difference. You know, the sun, you can probably tell right now the sun is over to my left. That would be the west, and you know, the eastern sun hits this side of the camper fully. And right now we got up this morning and the sun was coming down, and we didn't nearly have the heat that we normally do. And in fact, our AC unit, which normally runs most of the time we're here, it actually kicked off. So that tells me that just having that much of a barrier is very helpful. Now, the only risky thing I have is right here on this corner, and I'm going to have to come up with some way to make some modifications here. Probably in hindsight, I should have moved this over to this pole and this pole right here, and just left that end short, and it would not have made that much of a difference, at least on this last panel. But I'll just trim it and make it work. Now, the challenge is going to be those other 2 pieces. Again, those are going to go up on this side. We're going to have some more help to do this, because the space between these 2 is really tight, so we're going to have extra hands. But you can probably see how much sunlight is hitting just through that narrow gap, and I say narrow, that's, you know, 3.5 feet between our side and the next camper. So when we block that off, we'll hardly get any sun hitting this side of the camper. But you can imagine, like, the window for our door, it just, you know, radiates heat late in the afternoon, early evening, when the sun starts hitting that. So big improvement, more to come, and I think it's going to be a big help. The sun is blinding me. But I want to thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, you know, to help the channel and grow and become better. But I want to thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves. See ya. On a side note, I'm going to try this product, Spray and Forget RV and Camper Cleaner. So you can see the front of this camper has a bunch of ick on it, so we'll see how that goes.